degree curve in the front, remember? 55 is your front neck, and it's got to fit here. You do not want it to come to the inside of your lines, your guidelines, but it can come to the outside. Inside of that means that it's going to start rubbing on your neck. So you find the place where it's going to end up it's going to end up straight at center front, and here for about you basically need at least 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to use my 55-degree curve, and I'm going to find out. See there, it's too much in the middle, and there I don't like that quite so much. I'm going to figure out a place that I like it. I like it more there. So there's my center front. Whoops. It needs to connect back into here.
I don't understand what you said. I thought you said it's not supposed to come on the inside of the guideline.
Like here, I don't. In other words, I don't want to have it like this.
Oh, okay.
I want to have it closer that I can to the guideline, like more like that. Okay. You will. This is kind of. You need it to fit, but it's not like rocket science and perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right here on the paper, you're going to do this. You're going to cut it out. You're going to put it on your mannequin. You're going to see that it makes a nice neckline. This is where you like it. Okay. Then what I would suggest is once we get this where you like it on your mannequin for your neckline, and also when we get the armhole where you like it, then put that on with the black tape. Put the pins in so you have that marked on your mannequin and you know where it is. Mm-hmm. And then that also means you know where, if you make a flat pattern from this, you know how it's going to fit back onto your mannequin. That's what we want to do, is make that easy transition. So then when we get to be the designing, we got it. Okay? So then the next steps, we need to figure out where our cross chest is, right? Mm-hmm. So the cross chest, we measure down from HPS, correct? Mm-hmm. And so you will know how many inches you came down. It's generally about 5.5 inches, right? So we're going to come down. So it's going to be about 5.5 inches. You can bring it down over here too, is 5.5 inches. The other place that they, to figure out where the bottom of your armhole goes, is if you take the center front here, and they'll do it 1/3 of the distance there from the neckline down. And my center front should be about 15. Yes. So if I come down about 5 inches from here, this is about where the base of my armhole is going to be, and my armhole here is a little bit lower than that. Mm-hmm. But if I wanted to do, for example, a sleeveless garment, if you remember from Apparel 2, you're going to come up under the arm and make it tighter. Make it higher, and you can make it tighter, so that about works. Okay. Curiously, in Korea, what they do is they take the measurement of the bust, and they yeah, and they take 1/3 of that, and they mark that down from here, from the high point of shoulder, and that's where the armhole is. That would put it down. This one, what is she? She's 36 inches, so she would be about down here. Their armholes are always very low, and especially on the plus sizes, the armholes come in on those garments down here, because plus size model will have like a 48, 52 inch chest. Mm-hmm. If you take, 1/4 of that, you're in trouble. It's 1/4, not 1/3. I'm sorry. It's 1/4, so that would be 9 inches down. It's about right. Perfect. See, for Missy. So that's another thing that you can do. You can take 1/4 the bust. In Missy, if I were in plus sizes, I'm going to be embarrassing. How big is your chest?
I think it's a 34, 36.
No, on you, personally.
Yeah.
You have a 34-inch chest?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Then how much bigger are you in the front? Because I don't. I have a 42-inch chest. And I'm 4.5 inches bigger here. So if, for example, the rest of my bone structure is a size 8, because the rest of my bone structure is a medium. It just doesn't close right here, but it fits in my arms in here. So if I were to take the 42 inches and take 1/4 of that, I'm taking that would be 10.5. I would be down here. See, it would be, my armhole would be down here. But that's in Korea. But anyway, that's another way that you can kind of mark that down there. So here's our cross chest measurement, and it should be the same in the back, but it's not always the same in the back. That's, you know, okay? So now we have a cross chest, and our cross chest measurement was what? I forget what she is here. You remember? She should be about 13 1/4.
I don't remember.
Cross chest is going to be, we'll make her 12 1/2, and the back is going to
She
be
doesn't
13
have a
1/4.
label.
I'm inventing it. And 12 1/2. So if we measure out the 12 1/2, we need half of 12 1/2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 6 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I'm going to make her 6 1/2.
So yeah,
Make her
how will we
13.
be able to tell whether it's gonna look good or not?
It's by eye.
Yeah.
And in the back is going to be half of an inch larger than that. So I made her 6 1/2, so in the back half an inch would be 6 3/4, right? Oh, she's going.
Professor, what if the back is 1/4 or a 1/2 inch bigger?
It's a half inch bigger.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
It's supposed to be. It should be. Now we're going to make the armhole.
Okay, this part.
The armhole has to come in at right angles up here, right? And both front and back, and you can make a little line there to see that you're going to get it right angles, right? And it needs to come in right angles down here. But if you look at people, you've got a side, and so it's going to be right angles. It's going to be straight here for a while, and then it's going to curve here. In order for me to be able to move, the front has to come in this part here where my arm and my body come together. That makes it comfortable. If it comes out a little bit, then I kind of don't have the same ease. So many times people talk about something feels tight on them, small, and I come up and I say, no, it isn't. Let me check, and I pull it up like this and make the armhole go through here. And they say, oh, that's better. What did you do? And I say, you need a smaller size. They go, The back, you're going to use your 60-degree curve, but you use it flipped. So you're going to use it up to this point, okay? And we're going to end up flipping it. That's going to come in at right angles down here at the bottom, right? And then we're going to flip it, all right? And that's going to help us come in here at right angles. It'll be okay. Sometimes you have to just cut. That's just about right. It's not quite a right angle. I'll probably have to fudge that a little bit. The one in the front, you do it all in one. You should be able to anyway. So it's going to go through there, through here, and come down here into right angles. And there's your front. Isn't that cool? I love the way it works. This one here, I'll just have to fudge it a little bit. When I was going through school, you had to practice, and you had to be able to do those curves. Freehand? Yeah. Freehand. There you go.
Pretty good.
I don't know. Yeah, mine would have been.
Not only that, we had to do it with squares of graphite. You know, like what you use to rub things off? Just kind of go
Carbon
down.
paper and stuff.
You learn how to do it. That's why when I look at something, I tell you that's not the right curve.
She knows. So I was trying to
You
tell
go down and you go, uh-huh.
She's been in the business so long, she
Okay,
know.
so that gets us our armhole. The next thing that you need to do are your darts here, okay?
I'm getting so much information.
Oh, that's why I'm recording if you need.
Well, no, I'm going to be here anyway. Well, I'll just make you one more mark here, and then we'll do all this. The
I
next
got
thing
it
that
from
you need
beginning
to
to
do is
end.
to figure out where the top of your dart is going to go, because we're going to open them all up down here, is you need to know what the separation is from bust point to bust point. Okay, because that's also right on your princess seams. So on her, it should be about 7 1/2. Here it's 15. There we go, 7 1/2. So we're going to make her 7 1/2. Half of 7 1/2 is